Flashy Bro 25. Today we're gonna talk about this fool or idiot, you want to call it. He's basically stole a truck and basically pursued on, yeah, it's funny is he stole the truck and he crashed the truck all the way in Long Beach. So let's watch it.
Freeway up and down the 710 onto the 5 and now onto the 605, where he is now northbound getting off of the 605 freeway, now onto Whittier Boulevard, back on surface streets. This is a stolen work truck. It is a flatbed with something on the back there. There is also some damage to this vehicle. The right rear tire is actually out of air, and on top of it, he's actually traveling at a pretty good clip considering he is out of that right tire, but LAPD still getting off the freeway with him here. He's now in oncoming lanes of traffic.
So basically the front tire on his left wheel, there's a flat to it and he's still driving it. It's really hazard, but somehow this idiot, I'm gonna call him an idiot, he think he can get away and he gonna endanger everybody, so.
Several points during this pursuit where he has been going the wrong way. LAPD now trying to get this guy off the road. We'll see if it ends here on surface streets or what he decides to do, but now they've got more surface street traffic to contend with as they try and catch up with this runaway work truck. Again, only the driver in the front there as far as we are aware. Again, this is reported as a stolen vehicle. So a grand theft auto suspect behind the wheel here now with a little bit of empty roadway to play with. Still going to be very difficult. This is not the type of vehicle that's going to be very easy to pit by any means. In fact, most likely a pit maneuver probably.
Yeah, so the truck was hard to pit if the cops were to pit them because this truck was like a flatbed truck. And so basically they're going to wait and see what's going on, how they're going to stop this. But usually he has a flat tire, so more likely he either going to crash or more likely he going to surrender,
Probably not an option just from my vantage point, but you can see it is a flatbed truck that's going to be a little bit top heavy in any event, guys. Especially this time of the day in this type of traffic, and certainly if he continues at this rate on surface streets, we're going to start to see a little more of that pedestrian traffic. Now you can see he is just really looking to squeeze through, and we're seeing some really wild lane changes on top of it. And again, he has had no problem running through red lights, running through stop signs earlier on in this chase, and no problem traveling on the wrong side of the road, even on.
So he ran the red light, he drive on the wrong side of the road. He's just really careless, and he just don't care about nothing beside himself, And he's either gonna get caught no matter what, because there's a helicopter on top of him, But some of these fools, like I mentioned, like they don't use their brain, and sometimes they think they could get away, and more likely they're gonna either hurt themselves or hurt others. Which when if they hurt themselves, it's okay, but they hurt others, I'm not all for that.
On the freeway when he was running into a traffic jam, he was just riding the shoulder as narrow as it was, and now look at once again really coming close to some of this other traffic here. Really could care less about the condition of this vehicle, could care less about anybody else on the road. Here comes another red light right around traffic here. He's going through it and he's continuing now eastbound on Whittier Boulevard, where there is stop and go traffic at various major intersections here, and it's going to cause a problem. Now you can see LAPD closing in on him.
So right now he's in Whittier, and he basically just going to drive and basically try to get lost, or maybe he's going. Usually people who try you can say pursue or escape this, they try to usually go to their place where they reside, so they know the location better. But either or they're gonna get caught no matter what anyway. So yeah, let's get back to the video.
On him. They are not giving this up easily at all. Let's go ahead and count them, Robbie. 1, 2, 3, 4 black and whites pursuing the suspect. And
So there's about 4 or 5 black and white and a helicopter. More likely he won't get away, but you know, these hard-headed fools, they gonna see if they can test the cops. They can get away. It's just funny, that's all.
LAPD helicopter right overhead calling it all. You can see him now continuing to slow down a little bit. We'll go ahead and put up our real-time speed tracker to get a more accurate reading here, and I think it's going to be right around, let's say, 50, 60 miles per hour, so just above the speed limit here on Whittier Boulevard.
I'm see.
PD not comfortable with these conditions, forced to back off a little bit, putting this in tracking mode, but the driving has not changed. The hope when they put it in tracking mode is that it takes the temperature off the driver and puts takes a little bit of pressure off of his posture. And right now it's just not having that effect. Right now he is driving as dangerously as ever. He's slowing down with traffic here and there, but he is no problem pushing the pedal to the metal. And now California Highway Patrol with their Chargers now or interceptors, I should say, getting ready to take over this pursuit. Take a look at that unit right there. That's California Highway Patrol on the right, now crossing over into the HOV lane here momentarily to potentially take over this pursuit as he continues southbound on the 605.
So right now he's basically on the 605 freeway, and now the CHP is taking over. Before it was the LAPD. Yeah, usually when they do this pursuit, they usually like the CHP take over, but usually when they go to a different, you can say district, another, you can say department will take over from that. So right now the CHP is taking over for the LAPD.
Any of this oncoming traffic trying to get around and crashing into everybody and everything in his way. The work truck, a box truck, looked like he touched it and is already starting to lose part of that flatbread. Look at this, over the curb.
Yeah, he went over the
Still
curb.
not, I mean, this is for what? Look at this.
Wow.
Crashing into vehicles. To the vehicle, other than the front end damage that we're already seeing there. But what we were saying, Mark, is that front left. Oh no, there it is! There it is! 2 vehicles into cross traffic, a major collision into the front of a paint store at the strip mall at 7th Street and Terminal Avenue, ramming right through those 2 vehicles, the driver stepping out of the vehicle and now walking away from the crash scene. That driver now walking away from the crash scene, 2 major crashes there, and now he's walking up the sidewalk. CHP is close by, the Sheriff's Department is close by, Long Beach Police are likely on their way over here, and hopefully somebody will be able to get this person off of the sidewalk. Or right now there are numerous casualties here. Look at the condition of that vehicle. We're going to try and keep an eye on the suspect and also those vehicles as well. We're going to stick with the driver here as he walks up the block here around the strip mall off of 7th Street onto Miramar Avenue. We know that law enforcement is watching our feed right now. We want to stick with the driver as he continues this stroll away from the crash scene. It ended about as badly as we were thinking it might. There were dozens of crashes there. At the very end of this pursuit, he went right through all of that traffic, ramming into everybody in his way, right through red lights, into cross traffic, eventually losing control of the vehicle because of that tire. He was unable to retain control of that vehicle, Mark, just like we were talking about. And he went right into
this guy keep on driving. Man, this guy is just wild.
Oh no.
Let me see here.
It's not only is it not going to hold, look at this, he's squeezing through everybody coming in this direction.
This guy is a menace.
This is
Hopefully the cop can stop him right away. Oh shit, he just collided with another truck and another SUV.
I think that's going to be Long Beach Police.
Damaged in this pursuit, and that was
Man, the cop need to put a stop to it real quick.
of that SUV. CHP has given this up. They have now created distance. They are now putting this back in tracking mode for the time being. They have pulled back, and you can see he is still straddling the.
Now the CHP is pulling back because he don't want to push the guy pursuing. Basically, he gonna push him to go more wild, crazy. The CHP just.
He's still putting up a struggle. He's still putting up a struggle. They're trying to get this guy into handcuffs. He is fighting a bit. Can't see what's happening underneath that tackle there, but you can see that they are having a little bit of a hard time as this suspect appears to be resisting slightly here. Very difficult to tell from this angle, but it's all happening right here along Miramar Avenue off of 7th Street here in East Long Beach. We're going to stick with this shot momentarily. We will go back to the crash scene where it did appear at least one of those vehicles, as you mentioned, Colleen, was very heavily damaged, especially the front seats. The driver and passenger seat appeared to be smashed in, and that was just a really high speed crash here. Looks like they've got this situation under control. Let's take it over to the intersection. Let's take it.
He just walked away like pretend nothing happened.
Driver here,
idiot.
As he walks up the block here, around the strip mall, off of 7th Street, onto Miramar Avenue. We know that law enforcement is watching our feed right now. We want to stick with the driver as he continues this stroll away from the crash scene. It
Wow,
as badly as we were
unbelievable.
thinking it might. There were dozens of crashes there.
This guy,
Of this pursuit,
the cops
he
should
went
take him out.
through all of that traffic, ramming into everybody in his way, right through red lights, into cross traffic, eventually
Man,
losing
you hear
control of the vehicle because of that tire. He was unable to retain control of that vehicle, Mark, just like we were talking about. And he went right into the front of that strip mall.
This guy just don't care about nobody himself.
CHP is close by. The sheriff's department is close by. Long Beach.
Yeah, so basically now the cops,
Absolutely.
they got him.
Just off of 7th Street. Numerous
they rush
officers
him.
as we come around this tree.
I think it's about, let me see, 3, 4, 5, about 6, almost 8 to 10 cops right here. They basically hold him down, try to cuff him, but he tried to fight back. Man, it's pretty strong for a guy. He seemed like in his mid-40s or 50. Yeah, this guy don't even want to give up. He basically want to go all out. Yeah, hopefully the cops get his ass. Yeah, so basically, that's it. The end of the pursuit. And that's it. You know, there's a lot of, you can say there's a lot of crazy or wild people in this world. And you don't know who's crazy or not. So, you know, you just got to be careful, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy people out here. Yeah, I don't have much to say, but I'm glad the cops did their job and get his ass arrested, you know. Yeah, so don't forget to subscribe and make comments on the bottom what I can do to better the channel. And anyway, have a good day.